Hey, howdy and hello, folks. Welcome back into T1A. Is that thing on? Is it recording?
It's on.
I'm Tank. That's Cranny. We are doing best ball draft number 3. I'm ready.
I'm ready. If you haven't been following along, we'll catch you up after the intro. But it's 4th of July weekend. If you ain't got your grill going and you ain't had one drink yet, come on, man. You're already slacking. Cran Sizzle. America. Fuck yeah. All right, we're back. I take the sunglasses off, even though it's bright as hell in here, and I shine like a star. Anyhow, if you haven't been following along, we've got a best ball tourney going on. We got 5 drafts we're going to do with the same 12 managers. We'll do an overall champion out of the whole damn thing. T1A is going to front the prize money on it. We are on the 3rd draft here. We got a couple more minutes before this thing fucking kicks off. What do you think about the last couple of drafts? I need to pay more attention to this one.
Yeah, well, this one I think you're going to do good because you're not hungover, so won't have to worry about you missing or auto-drafting half your team.
I think I've been hungover on both of the first ones, haven't I?
Probably. I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't keep track of that stuff anymore.
Friday night, man. You know, that's when you're old. Yeah, when you're old, Friday night's the night because then you get Saturday to recover, Sunday
Saturday
to recover.
and Sunday.
Yeah, and then by the time you roll to work on Monday, you're like, whew, I'm ready to rock and roll, man.
You're like, whoo, that was a good Friday.
Yeah,
but I got to work now.
You don't want to blow second hangover day on Monday. That shit sucks.
So I think drafts have gone pretty well. A lot of fairly even across the board. I mean, that's what you get with a snake draft. But, you know, you start to get to those middle rounds. That's where you start to see the differences in the teams of where people value stuff and how they're putting their team together.
Yeah, these get interesting, I think, round 6 and like round 6 to 12 is a really interesting time. I think that's when you separate yourself.
Yeah, you really fill out your lineup and start to get your couple rotation players in.
Well, the guys that you think are going to be, you know, when one of the star players you picked only puts up 12 points that week, you're thinking maybe that guy picked in round 9 puts up 25 that week, right? That's kind of the hope. Boy, we got a couple no green daughters. We know we're going to have one guy out on this. Poor money. He's got stuff going on today.
Darn guy has vacation.
Loser. Okay, I think we're good to go here, actually.
All right.
At least we should be.
All right. Well, let's get this fired up.
Yeah, let's get it going. 2 minutes. Rookie.
Okay,
I just stole a minute and a half from Harper.
Yep. Your time is up. Let's go. Yeah, it should be pretty cookie cutter coming off the first 4 picks, I know.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Do you have Burrow,
JJ
Lamar? Yeah.
I want to kind of take JJ here and just
see how it falls down later,
but I can't. I'm gonna take I can't.
Well, that was gonna be my question too. Is like, do you have Burrow, Herbert, Lamar? Like,
I think you just take Burrow because, okay, I'll put it this way: in this league where it's 4 point per on a passing touchdown, Lamar is very, very intriguing, but he also gets hurt. And I don't want to have to stack 3 quarterbacks here. So what I'd like to do on this is if I have a shot at one of these top 4 quarterbacks, we'll even say one of the top 5, right? Top 6 even. 2-3 guys we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But if I'm coming down to the end of it and it's Burrow, Herbert, and Lamar, I'm going to go Burrow because he's got a chance to throw 40, 50 touchdowns. He's in a great offense. Burrow does have legs. Like, he has the potential to put up 400 fucking yards for you in a year. So to me, that balances out with the offenses. And Herbert, as good as he has been, it's still a question mark in that offense. So you got to take Burrow.
Yeah, you're hoping for the rebound with it, having Kellen Moore there, another weapon with Quentin Johnston.
Yeah, it still has to happen, right?
That still has to happen.
Yeah, even Dak struggled in that offense, even though he was putting up stats and stuff like that. It was up and down, and it was more like when they're behind, they're going ape shit. And so it'll be interesting to see how Herbert and Kellen Moore mesh together. But I do expect big things. I'm not going to take Herbert over Burrow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so far right down the line, pretty good.
Yep.
I honestly like seeing Trevor Lawrence going in the first round of best ball drafts. He does have a potential to put up a really good year. He's got weapons
he's got
all around.
Great weapons everywhere. 2 good running backs, a decent tight end, some good wide receivers.
Hold on, and I'm going to bring this up. He keeps bitching about having to pick at the 12. You just got Kelson Hill. I mean, come on, man. You're getting 2 of the top 13 players in a best ball draft. Come on. It's
And
not a
those
bad spot to be.
you're starting your team off with two of the highest scoring players in the league. So
Yeah, be happy.
don't
I've actually liked the
worry.
way he's drafted out of the 12 spot, so I'll give him props on that because the teams he's put
Well,
together have not been bad at all.
he's done really well with more of like the redraft style. It's Dynasty
Mm-hmm.
where he tries to get into these young guys and
Ooh,
screws it all up.
I'm not even gonna start talking about that stuff.
Where he tries to get into these young guys.
Cup in the second. I think Cup's gonna have a great year this year too.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge tour.
Oh yeah.
Injuries though, I mean any kind of injury, and him and Stafford have proven over the last couple of years that they can do that.
Yeah. Well, and giving him the last part of the year off last year just for recovery, they're like, yeah, we don't need you. We're not doing anything. Just recover. I think that's pretty big. Look at Bijan falling.
That's a good way to start a draft right there.
That's what I thought. Bijan coming off. Oh, biscuits. Let's go some Saquon there. It doesn't feel good to start running back, but
Yeah, and I don't like that he hasn't even signed his contract yet. I don't even think he's shown up to OTAs. Him and Josh Jacobs both kind of creep me out a little bit this year. I need to be thinking about what I'm going to do here.
I think I know where you're going to go, but it'll be interesting to see. All right. We'll just get this in, get it out of the way. Got my two QBs. Don't feel good about drafting a running back early, though.
I like that.
Should have gone wide receiver.
No, I mean, look, you just got two QB1s. Yeah, maybe you should have picked a wide receiver, but
yeah.
I mean, it's Adams, Waddle.
Well, it could have gone for the stack with Waddle, but I think it would have been better to go, even reaching down to Olave would have been a better choice, but Olave versus Barkley, and yeah. Well, and that's where I thought you were going to be going. Okay.
I'm going to go Waddle.
I thought you were going to go Olave.
I just like the offenses, or the offense in Miami better than I do in New Orleans. And, new quarterbacks, they don't always come in and start off well at new places. And so I feel like Waddle's going to be more consistent.
Geez, Talon is just getting stuff dropped to him. Look at that. Beauty of a start, Talon.
Ooh, I like Ritt doing the stack, Lamar and Mandrews. That's the two pieces. If I'm going to stack in Baltimore, those two pieces I want right there.
Absolutely. He could still get, 6th, 7th round?
Get triple stack and double stack.
Triple stacking.
Yeah, and since we're not live, I can say this kind of shit too. Like, I'm looking at T. Higgins. I don't know where the fuck he's at. I'm not going to scroll down and look for him because I'm not going to. He went, son of a bitch. That's why I can't find him. T going in the third. I mean, that's decent. And for me to think he's going to come all the way back to me in the fourth is probably stupid. But I still have a lot of pieces with Watson. I can pair up. Like if I
you can get Amari
tight end. Yeah, Amari and Njoku is intriguing to me this year.
I think it's going to be worth it to get him.
Elijah even.
Heck, your last pick in the draft, you can get Tillman if you wanted. I just don't know that it's going to do anything this year.
Yeah, that he's got more year 3 breakout kind of thing written on him.
Yeah,
I feel like when he's going to have his opportunity.
I think so.
Or he could just ball and just sit DPJ by outplaying him. That's the 2 over there, isn't it? I don't not be talking out of my ass.
Well, it's Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, DPJ. There's
that's who I'm forgetting. David Bell.
Yep, David Bell, Anthony Schwartz.
Yeah, all those guys. I don't think
it's just a roster of okay guys.
Yeah, it's Cooper and everybody else.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
See, Ron, not a bad start.
See where he does have a QB though. Yeah,
yeah, but I mean, he could be paying attention to how these drafts have been going in that dead zone where you've got that pile of quarterbacks sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
He could just be waiting for that.
Yeah, he's going to come back and get the, he's got to wait for Imp, too. Imp might snipe him on quite a bit here. But, like, Danny Dimes, he might be going for the Trey Lance, Kenny Pickett type combo. A-Rich hasn't come off the board yet.
Yeah, because you haven't reached for him.
Well, I don't need to now. I've got 2 QBs.
Well, yeah, I know, but in the last 2, you reached for him.
Well, the last one, I was drafting out of the 12 spot. And if I didn't get it...
Your bullshit.
I got a shovel. I can dig my way out.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
It's my team. I do what I want. I like that he triple stacked. Talon triple stacked his wide receiver room there with some talent, but I think he should have grabbed Probably one of these running backs.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it feels like it's about time.
Yeah, start to see that running back run there.
Yeah, this is actually gonna work out really well for me. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I want it to happen. I know a lot of people are down on Najee. Like
I already know.
Of those three guys, Etienne, Walker, Najee, I like all three of them this year. I think they're all gonna, they've got somebody there that everybody's a little bit worried about. Jalen Warren, Tank Bigsby, Zach Charbonnet. I get it, but I feel like Najee's the guy who's like, you're gonna see the ball still 300 fucking times.
Yeah.
Right. And they improved that offensive line a little bit this year. Like I'm Najee in best ball. I know he's going to be consistent, and I'll take that with my first running back. I'll go higher upside on my other running backs, but I want that solid base right here with Najee. That's not to say there's nothing wrong with Etienne or Walker. Could have taken them too.
I'm going to change some things up here. I'm going to come down here and get me some Drake London. Go a little off the ADP run here. I could tell by your silence that you approve of that pick.
Actually, I was sitting there just hoping to hell that Eli didn't take Amari Cooper.
Yeah. Keenan was there.
And Drakey. It's not a bad pick. I just don't know enough about Ritter this year to say that he's going to be able to be good enough to have Pitts, London, Bijan, all these guys be higher end dudes. There's other offenses I would want to touch before I got to Drake, but he's the dude. I mean, he's the fucking guy there. And he showed a good chemistry with Ritter last year at the end of the year when they were playing together. So, no, I don't think it's a bad pick. It's just, and it's best ball. So fucking,
Why not?
Yeah, take a shot.
Shoot your shot. Well, the things I'm going off for that is, competition for targets. Not really anything. He's fantastic with contested catch, which, they're probably going to have to just throw to him anyways.
Yeah, that Arthur Smith offense, and then adding Bijan, plus they have Algier, so like they could just go in and just beat the shit out of people. And you can see London with, I don't know, a 65, 810. Yeah. And that's not a bad line.
Or they pepper the crap out of him and Pitts for 120 plus each, and I mean that's not too far off the realm.
It seems slightly far-fetched though.
Just targets. I'm not talking about catches.
Yeah, I know. I know. But yeah, I mean he had 117 last year.
So playing on the fact of him over Keenan Allen, I would just went. Let's say Keenan misses a game or two. Drake missed a game or two last year as well. So you kind of expect players to miss a game or two now.
I almost would have rather had Ridley.
See, I just don't know how I feel about him.
I think he's gonna ball out this year. I think he's pissed.
I hope so. I hope he comes back and just becomes a big old monster like he was. Just wonder about that couple year rust.
I don't really know who I'm gonna pick next.
Well, seeing as most people don't have tight ends, I see a little bit of a tight end run coming up here. There's 3 on the board.
2,
1.
Can't imagine why.
There we go.
No.
There you go.
Nope. I don't want to take him.
Well, there's no way that Goddard doesn't get past Eli here. Stack him up.
I should force him into that pick, but god damn it, there's not really anybody else.
This is kind of that weird zone, yeah.
So I have to kind of do it, I think. Sorry, Eli.
No, you're not.
A little bit I am. Because I really didn't want to make the pick, but it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I kind of have to.
Now, this is
you don't take Pittman, Harper is gonna.
That's fine. I'm going to come down and get Ayuk.
I like that. Yeah.
Definitely going a little bit off of my normal brand of players that I'm going for here.
Marquise.
Hollywood!
Let's see how this goes here. I know who I want to take.
You want some Miles Sanders there?
What?
What? No.
Ooh, okay. God, you just he's gonna go somewhere fucking awesome.
Oh, Dalvin?
Yeah. But if he goes to the Jets, I think you're fucked.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'll just pass on this.
There you go. That was the other option I was looking at between Hollywood and Godwin.
Yeah, I think he has a sneaky good year, like one of those quiet. I end up wide receiver 10 because I caught 100 balls for 1,000 yards and 8
Yeah, he
touchdowns.
just becomes the dump off filter.
Becomes the only guy that can get open fast enough.
Yeah. That line's still going to be terrible. Baker's still going to have guys up in his face. Oh, shit. Got to throw the ball.
Old Baker.
I mean, Trask or Baker. Yeah, either one.
Dude, you better hope it's not Trask.
I totally think Kyler gets traded there next year.
I don't know why you would think that.
Because he's a better option than the other two that are there.
Yeah, but you're just coming off of a build up to a championship team, so you're tied up against the cap. And you bring on Kyler, who's going to want an extension, and now you're tied up against the quarterback trying to build a roster around him that goes wins a Super Bowl.
No, they're not going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
They've
you're
got
also
money,
not going to
money wrapped up in Evans, Godwin.
Yeah, you're also not going to win a Super
That whole
Bowl if
defense.
you go and trade all your future for Kyler. I think you got a good chance to line up being a shit fuck team next year.
Oh, yeah.
A good spot in the draft. Get a quarterback next year. That's your guy.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. Yeah, open up that window because you still got pretty good young defensive players on there that you can sign in and start building the O-line and just make that team. Son of a bitch.
You're hoping Madison fell to you?
Not really, kind of. I was eyeballing it. That's why I skipped. I was going to go running back there over Godwin, and it was like, hey, looking down, there's other guys I can go get. Still are other guys I can get, but now I'm kind of wondering if they're going to make it back to me.
Money's going to be so pissed. He's not going to have any wide receivers. He's got J-Jets, and that's about it.
Oh. That's not bad. Tight end premium. Waller's is flex.
Okay. It just doesn't seem like with some of the stuff that's there, like I would rather have Evans instead of Waller.
Fuck do I do here? I play it smart. Yep, I play it smart. I have to play it smart.
There you go. Nice RB2.
I had to play that smart. I wanted to get Treylon. Eli's a big Titans fan, so he probably wants Treylon. And then I know, looked over at Harper's roster there. Montgomery fits in perfect, so
yeah,
he wasn't going to make it back to me.
What's funny is I'm hoping Treylon fell to me. So
yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That's cool because there's a bevy of wide receivers right in this spot that I'm okay taking.
Yeah. Harper probably just got the notification on his phone.
Ding.
Ding. Oh, I'm up. Pick, and I go back to work.
Fucker.
Oh.
I kind of wanted that to come back. Fucker. That's all right. I like that. Good team, Harper. Those young wide receivers pan out. It'll look really good.
Like I said, I'm going off a little bit off of our normal brand here.
I know, and I haven't I think I've said it a couple of times, but I'm starting to sweeten a little bit on Dotson.
It's just hard to because of their quarterback situation as well.
True.
I mean, yes, they have Bieniemy, but he's not the one throwing the ball.
I like this too. Oh no, money. Sorry, dude. Don't auto draft.
Brings me to my next point, kids. Don't auto draft.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Well, what happened is he probably set a queue for most of his players, and then it's best available, and it's just running backs at the top of the board. What's great, though, is he's going to probably end up with Trey Lance somewhere as his second QB.
He's already got 2 QBs.
Oh, his third QB.
Maybe.
We'll see.
James Cook, that felt like a reach.
Yeah. There wasn't enough good tight ends for him.
I guess not. Although I do, like I said, I like that stack that he's got there. Waller with Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to be his top target. It's going to be his flex play, more than likely.
Well, that's the great thing about Bestball is just that's where it goes. That's where it goes. But
yeah. But as he's building his roster, that's where he's at. Cook being his second running back. So that's his team right there. That's our starters.
Yeah.
Darius.
All
right, Ronald. Where are you going to go with this, buddy? Thought he did well, too, to make up on the
staff right there. Yeah.
Staff Pickett, I thought he did a good job there.
Pickett's solid. Some QJ.
Brandon Cooks.
Out of some things there, I think I would have gone Antonio Gibson there. Or Juju.
Stop putting that kind of stuff out in the universe.
You're messing with my Juju, man.
Ah, crap. See, fucker?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It's the smart choice, though. And it's the choice of the next generation. Hey, he's got a wide receiver, Mike Thomas.
Wow.
Good job, money.
He's going to be so mad.
He's going to be pissed.
Here's a pick I love. I love making this pick, too.
Nice.
Hurts and Howe. Very solid wide receiver room there, buddy.
Thank you. Ooh, Bateman and Flowers going back to back.
Yeah, you needed to do something there at the running back spot.
Most of the rest of my draft is going to be tight end and running backs, so figured you're going to grab A-Chain in there.
Yeah, love him in best ball. You shitting me?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. That coming off the board now.
Hey, Money's getting that roster filled out now. He got a tight end before I did.
Poor guy. Jefferson, Michael Thomas, and every running back out there. All three of these guys are going to count, dude. Bummer. Feel for him. All right, yeah. Now you just kind of fucking sit back and wait because, shit, if I know who's going to get there to me.
Yeah. Who knows what kind of value is going to fall.
What type of wide receivers are available? Lazard.
Bruce.
I just can't get on board with that. I know a lot
I
of people
just don't, yeah.
There's two. There's going to be the wide receiver two there. And it's like, he's never, even then, put up a good year.
Yeah, but a wide receiver 2 on the Jets, what's that going to be? Wide receiver 3 at best?
I don't know. With Rodgers there is what everybody's, all excited about. But even then, we don't know how that's all going to go.
Mm-mm.
So, buyer beware. Other than that, there's not a lot of wide receivers on here. Jacoby, Darnell, Thielen. I mean, we're picking at the skinnies here.
Yeah. Players like Darnell Mooney.
Still some decent running backs to grab in here.
Like Kendra.
There's a lot of guys I would have picked over him.
I think I said this last time we drafted. I just don't know where I'm at with Jacoby Myers. Like, I don't know.
How can you be?
What to think of that whole Las Vegas offense? Especially Josh Jacobs holding out.
Just the whole scenario around Jimmy Garoppolo. You don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Who
So if he doesn't come in, like, how much does that affect Adams? Is Renfro going to do anything? Are they going to feature Mayer? Space AIDS, you bastard. He picked Kincaid last draft, too, and he's like, oh, when I picked him, I was laughing because I know that you probably wanted him that round. I was like, yeah, of course. Fucker.
Got him at value there, though. Good pick.
Yep. Who do you want?
Tough spot. Well, you know what? I mean, they haven't done anything yet that says this guy won't get featured up a little bit. Okay.
I think he has a decent role.
So we're good at running backs now. I think I know what my next pick's going to be.
Hey, Harper, don't you snipe me. Don't you do it, you motherfucker.
Huh?
Mother.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Yeah. He really did fuck me over on that one. I knew I should have gone Bigsby first. Oh, well.
Yeah, you probably should have went Bigsby first.
Thanks, Captain Hindsight.
All right. I feel pretty good about where we're at.
I kind of thought you were going to go Elijah Mitchell with yours, but I forgot that you had plenty of running backs.
Yeah, I'm loaded on running backs now.
Yeah.
I like locking in Laporta. A lot of good reviews come out of camp on him.
Not a whole bunch of
people
gas,
talking him up, and with Jameson missing time, St. Brown, and a bevy of fucking tell me who they are. Yeah. And so I feel like
Marvin Jones
got to just he's going to get little dump offs, things like that. He's going to have those, one or two games this year where he'll catch 2 touchdowns or some shit like that. And and I honestly, I didn't like the Goddard pick, but I had to fucking take a top tight end. I really don't like Goddard. I mean, how do you end up on the Philly offense with all that around you, and you're so hyped, and you're like always tight end 11 or 12?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's really not an advantage.
Doobie-doo.
Zeke.
Has there been any news about Zeke?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't either.
But I have him in the same boat. Like, what if it comes close to camp and Buffalo's just not impressed with Damian Harris? And they're like, let's bring Zeke in for a workout. And they're impressed. And he's a good pass blocker.
Well, him and Kareem Hunt, there's
Yeah, they
There's so
are
many
older,
good
though.
running backs.
Yeah, but are they good? Are they good?
Okay. Money just hit the league chat up. Just made a stop. Checked the draft. Holy fuck! Who needs wide receivers in best ball? Not auto draft, I guess.
Oh shit, it's my turn.
Yep. Money shouldn't have bet on this one. Yeah, boy.
My boy.
All right. Well, I think I could start going back to just whatever is available. 6 running backs, 6 wide receivers. Yeah, I still think Tannehill starts the whole year.
There's just nobody else right now. Like all the receivers I'm looking at, I'm good on running backs, 2 tight ends, and I can wait on my wide receiver. So I'll take that third quarterback so that my super flex spot on my bye week guys, because I don't know when they got bye weeks. No clue.
Don't know. Don't care.
Don't know. Don't care. We got week 7 and week 5. We're okay.
And Tannehill 7?
Yeah, back it.
Hey, you still got 1 starting, right?
Not gonna be the only guy running that issue.
Round 15 is just an ugly, ugly round.
Yeah, I'm trying to put together a queue, and
yeah,
it's kind of no bueno. Are you targeting running backs?
No, I'm open now.
Oh, okay. Chase Brown's still out there, man. That's
yeah.
that's a guy
there's nothing
Bestball.
that says they still can't just cut Mixon if he doesn't take that pay cut they're trying to ask him to work on.
Yeah. About Canada, Dwayne McBride's still out here. Like, there's still some running backs there that, like, there's guys I'd take a shot on.
Yeah.
Right? But gonna be later than hell.
Yeah.
Wide receivers I've got queued up that are just down through ADP here. Chark, Samuel,
Chark just came
Chark,
off.
Hodgins, Van Jefferson, Chase Claypool. Everybody's got the same fucking idea as me. Oh, shit. Huh. Let's go this route.
Nice.
So out of character for me, but
I think he sees some targets this year.
Yeah, it's been and I fucking knew I wanted to go Chase Brown there, and I just fuck. But yeah, I agree. I think he's gonna see some good play this year. There's nobody else there in his fucking way. Skoranek, he's gonna outplay him. I think he already did the year prior.
Yeah.
And so best ball, I'll take my shots there. So many running backs down here that I like.
Yeah. I think Ford gets some touches. I was hoping Clyde came around the corner to me. Ooh, Gainwell sitting there, though.
Yeah, there's still talk that they might cut Penny. There's a lot of talk that a lot of these older running backs got signed in spots. Just they're waiting for camp, wait to see what happens for spotties. And they may be camp casualties. I would be mind blown, actually, if like Penny and Harris and these guys just got the axe, because where the fuck are you? Still got to go find another guy. But there's also, UDFAs that we don't know about yet. Guys may come into camp, show out.
Well,
who fucking knows?
There's other things too that come into play. Like, do they know the playbook? You're up 3 seconds. Ew.
Ain't nothing ew about that.
Claypool?
Yeah, there's nothing ew about Chase Claypool in 17th round. I'm sorry. Well, who else is there, right? It's more Komet Claypool. And I'm okay not doing that either. Like, to me, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Tank Dell, those guys are later for me. I want the guys. So when I'm late too on this kind of stuff, of course we're gonna take like the boom bust guys like Thornton and Dell and shit like that. But if it's best ball, like, let's go grab guys who are gonna score some touchdowns. I need TDs out of guys. Right? Claypool, he's a red zone guy.
Red zone guy or deep thread. I mean, he can take a deep shot to the house.
And here I am, but I'm talking all this shit, and I just drafted Van Jefferson above him. So, take what you want.
I really do think Van Jefferson sees more targets. So he's a little bit more of a route runner than he is just like a speed guy. I forget, somebody was talking about how, I forget what I was watching, but they were talking about how he's a speed guy and opens up the top of the field. I'm like, that's not Van Jefferson's game.
Well, whether it's his game or not, it's how he's been being used.
Yeah.
And so we need to see something different than that to have him be that route runner guy that we're looking at that's getting open and catching, deep digs and shit like that. But right now he's getting used to take the top off, and Cooper Kupp is owning all that other shit.
Yeah.
Sure, you got to think, though, McVay saw the fall. Oh, my God, my back. Saw the folly of his ways last year by just having Stafford and Kupp. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it was working for fantasy, but in real life, they were not doing well by that little formula there.
Well, they also had that revolving door at running back between Akers and Darnell Henderson.
Come on back. I like it.
It's out of my head, Harper. Bastard.
Jesus.
I was hovering over it, too.
He's got 4 tight ends now. Ooh, he's
Just
got
'cause
him
my guy.
flustered.
Just
You
my
son
guy.
of a bitch!
Get my dude.
Wanted to stack him with Tannehill there. Talk about flustered. You know what? Fuck it. I've become a Sean Tucker fan.
Yeah, he's probably going to be the rushing running back.
How many receivers did I end up getting? 8? 6 running backs. Michael. Only 2 QBs. No, I got 3.
Yeah, I contemplated Michael Carter here in the last round.
Yeah, I mean, this late, it's not the worst fucking pick, but man, they all had their shot last year in New York to come in and actually take over that backfield when Brees went down, and not a single one of them could really figure it out. Even Bam wasn't very efficient. He was getting the rock 20 fucking times. All right, Ronald, wrap up this last pick. We'll do a little bit of a quick team breakdown as far as we think. I didn't really track everybody's teams on this one that much. I was paying a little bit more attention to my team.
Yeah.
So I finally made it through one without a single auto pick. Got close on one. Chase Claypool, thank you.
Trask on the last pick. All right.
Let's fire off. Start with Harper here.
Sure.
I like the way Harper started it. Locked in his quarterbacks, got his top wide receiver, a top running back, and then just got the stack with Richardson. Stayed with youth and guys that are gonna be featured in their offenses. The Njoku play, that fucker, that was a good pick. I think
he sniped both of us.
Here. Yeah, the 4 running backs he's carrying at the top of his roster here, I think, are the guys he's definitely going to be cycling through. Yeah, love that he's got the rotation between Pacheco, Bigsby, and what'll be Roshan.
Yeah, and then he's got Clyde down there. That's his 5 running backs. So
yeah, and the wide receivers stayed young.
Be a little bit tight on those running backs, but
yeah, stayed young on the wide receivers and got guys that to me look like, if you look at the team here, it's a bunch of these little slot guys, other than Pittman, of course. But these guys are going to get probably peppered with targets. Might see 8 targets and catch 5 for 60 or something like that. But that's a good. It's a good balance, like a baseline for him right there. I think it's a good little team we put together. The 4 tight ends, shit, whatever. Could have done better on that. But I mean, when your starters in Njoku, you're expecting boom weeks out of all of these guys, and hopefully, one of them has a really good week for you that week. Self-evaluate.
My team is shit.
No, fuck you. I like your team, actually. I really do. If Allen and Tua, so I already said it earlier, 2 QB1s in my mind. Barkley, even if he does hold out, that means Walker's your 1, and you're going to bounce between Pirine, Warren, Singletary, Mostert. I mean, one of these guys is going to put up some fuck points for you in the week. Yeah. The wide receivers you got here are all they're
all solid wide receiver 2, 3s.
They're the top guys in their offense, really. Other than Dotson, you even get down here, and Kyle Phillips is probably the top guy if Burks goes down. I mean, who else? I got
target guy, just like we were kind of talking about with Harper's team. He's just going to be a slot PPR machine.
I'm not really sure what happened with you on tight end there, buddy.
Dulcich and McBride. Yeah, it's because I shit the bed on tight end.
Hey, fuck! I took just Komet in the last one, so I think you're.
Well, like I said, I was pissed off that Taysom went off. I was hovering over Taysom, like, all right, he's already got 3 tight ends. The fucker took a 4th tight end.
Okay, let's move on. We'll spend a little bit of time on Eli because he whiny bitch that we didn't fucking say anything about him. He's probably not going to watch the fucking video.
He had the best draft ever.
Oh, way to go, Eli!
Good job, Eli.
All right, in all seriousness, though, the punt on quarterback on his QB2 to Howland Purdy, I like that.
Yeah.
I've been staunch that I think Lance is going to be starter, and slowly but surely I've gotten more and more to being like, maybe I don't fucking know. I still think it's Lance.
It's more to the 50-50 where, like, for a while there is like, yeah, it's a 2/3, like, it's probably going to be Lance.
Well, and that's all camp talk, and they're not going to fucking lead on and let anybody know what they're going to do. I mean, the Niners have always been pretty tight-vested on that kind of shit. Even with the Jimmy Garoppolo thing the year prior, you didn't really know until the end when it finally was like, we're just going to re-sign his ass.
I like his running back rotation because he's got these couple guys here at the bottom of his roster that could fill in, could have some decent games, but his top 3 of Bijan, Etienne, and Akers are really just going to carry his RB 1 and 2 spots all year long.
Yeah. And then I mean Adams and Allen, like those are two. They're old,
Yep.
but they're guys that produce.
Yep.
And they see they're the top target getters in their offense, and then boom or bust on it, man. Watson,
Yeah.
Burks, one of
Watson
those
and
two guys will
Burks.
probably pop off. Same with Rondale Moore, Wandale,
Wandale.
Nico. So the back end of that, like if he sees an injury in his wide receiver in the top part, he's a little, tight on wide receiver there at the end. But if those guys stay healthy and just produce like they normally do, and Adams and Allen, I think Watson and Burks can definitely fill in on a good wide receiver 3. And
Freiermuth
Freiermuth
is probably just going to be, solid. He's not going to be phenomenal or anything for huge games, but he's probably going to get a touchdown here and there, and
yeah, but
have,
having
some good.
Chiggy back in there, the target getter, that could be
Getting
his,
jiggy with
like,
it.
yeah, that's my baseline, right? That's the guy that's probably always going to start every week until Freiermuth comes and puts up his big weeks like he usually do.
Yeah.
But solid. I think that's a solid best ball roster right there. Well rounded. Good job, Eli.
Good job, buddy.
Okay. So I finally,
all right.
I kind of finally stuck to my guns here a little bit and took my top 2 quarterbacks in the first 2 rounds. We already talked in extent about Burrow and the guys that are around him, so I think he's a no-brainer pick right there.
I really
Watson
like
too.
your roster here.
Like I Watson really too, especially in the 4-point, because he does run, he will get some touchdowns on the ground. And Burrow and Watson both have the opportunity to throw 40 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
Waddle, of course. I mean, hell, he was a wide receiver 1 last year and saw less of a target share than Tyreek Hill did. So, I mean, how could he not be a wide receiver 1 again if he sees just a little bit more targets? Hell, he even gets the same amount of targets. So,
Najee, despite the schedule, should have a really good season. Starting out the season without having a foot issue or having a screw in your foot, that should help.
Yeah, the whole schedule thing, I've always shied away from that because with free agency, teams change so much year in and year out that it's tough to really tell how that's going to all match up, right? I'll take the guy, like we talked about that in an extent too, that I'll take the guy who we know is probably going to get a good amount of volume and 300 touches out of a guy. I'll take that. It should probably work out. But he's not
even looking at
the upside guy, though.
Yeah, looking at your running backs, you have 2 solid guys. That's going to be your Harris and Montgomery. And then Herbert, A-Chain, Harris, Tucker, those guys could just have a good game or 2 here and there, and that's all you need.
Yeah, loaded up with
you're just stayed solid at running back with a couple guys that could have a decent week or 2 to carry you, and really relying on your wide receivers to carry you with Waddle, Cooper, Godwin, Pickens.
Yeah, not all around. Probably my best draft so far. Oh God, can we just skip Money?
Yep.
Let's just skip
going over to
Sorry, Ryan. Money. Good pick. Good first pick.
Way to auto draft. I've gone back through our last couple drafts, and I'm very happy with the crew that we picked to come in and draft because, although they're not all the same type of players, they've put together good teams week in and week out, and I think Ryan's done that almost every time.
I got a question. His quarterback motive here. Lamar, sure, I get it. Yeah, Murray, you don't even know if he's going to play this year. And
then Baker.
Yeah, so basically Baker and Murray are going to be your starters when we get going here, and you really need Murray to come back, and you don't know that, and we don't know if Baker's going to hold on to his job. So shaky a little bit quarterback, but other than that, Mandrews, Otten, I like that. Wilson, Ridley, McLaurin,
he's kind of
Evans.
shaky in his running backs as well because he's got Pollard, Sanders, Kareem Hunt, and Keontae Ingram. So it's going to be a little bit tight. Little tight.
Shit the bed there. Great picks on the wide receivers, though. We may have been listening to some of our shit where we were talking like go deep on wide receivers. Yeah. And one thing we're really missing on here is as much as we may want to shit on Baker here, he's got the triple stack. He's got Mike Evans on his roster, and he's got Cade Otton down there at the end that he added in.
Yeah.
So when Baker finally does decide to be Baker of old, right? And I'm talking like when he was in Oklahoma, he might blow a week out. Who knows?
You never know.
For all the hype he gave with the people we brought in, he kind of shit the bed here a little bit.
Well, that's why I was talking about, because it was like this is just an all right draft compared to what he's done. So it was good. It's not bad, but it's not as solid as he's been in other drafts. Being at the 1-6, this is probably one of those teams, like if we were to go back and redo a team, I think this would be a team that I pick and kind of look at picks that came off after that we would have substitute some players out and be like, yeah, instead of Miles Sanders, pick somebody else or go somewhere else. But Anyways, let's move over to Talon. Usually has some solid drafts. Went definitely wide receiver heavy early, relying on Herbert, Love, and Heineke as his QBs. So I don't know how I feel about that one.
Well, I mean, Herbert, he'll be a QB1 probably. Jordan Love, it depends on what side of the fence you're on with Jordan Love. Like, do you think he's actually going to come out and be really good and ball out, or is he going to be just a mediocre guy and, give you QB2 numbers every once in a while, but most of the time he's out in the QB3 range? Who fucking knows in that whole setup? I don't even know how they're going to run that offense. The Cook thing, man, I wanted to pick Cook. But, dude, it was just a tough spot because you don't know where the fuck he's going to end up at, right? Like, he could, like, worst case scenario, in my opinion, is he goes to New York, where they've got all those other running backs. I don't think he gets featured. And then when Breece Hall comes back, they're in the same fucking boat of, he's just going to get ed up at the end of the year. He may help you in the beginning of the year, but then at the end of the year, when he's splitting time with Breece, what the fuck are you going to do?
Well, and this is where we said he picked Metcalf, and that's where I said he should have gone with one of those other running backs that came off on a run there. I think if he would have done that, this team would have looked a little bit more solid in the running back because he still had, DJ Moore, Jameson. Like, he still did well in his wide receivers. I think if he would have just taken one of the running backs there, it would have.
I'm not gonna fault him on taking Metcalf there, because
the value is there. Yeah,
because even then his running backs came out just fine. Like, Cook is still a really good gamble. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm saying all these things I have concerns about. It's just the reason I didn't pick him this time. I still own him in a lot of leagues.
It's the 7th round. It's not the 3rd or 4th round, which he used to go in previous years.
And I still own him in a lot of leagues. So it's like, I'm not panicking about it. I think it's a good pick. And then to pair him up with a pass catcher and White, and then volume potential guys in Penny Williams and Elijah Mitchell's going to see carries in the 49er offense. So I think he did okay in the running backs. And then he's got Gus the bust down here too. But the wide receiver is definitely, and it's best ball. So wide receivers rule, baby. So Lamb, Olave.
We're starting 3 with a flex. So your 4 wide receivers is going to be a great strategy to have.
Yeah, and he's got Jameson Williams down here, which, man, I was really hoping he would actually sneak down to me at the end of that round right there, because I think he is a sneaky weapon in best ball this year. He could carry you through the playoffs and to the championship in a lot of leagues. But we'll hear it from Talon later, but we'll say it here. Good draft, Talon.
Your best friend, Impy.
Impy actually had a really good draft, I think. I feel like he had a really decent draft here.
I like the Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I question the Chase and Higgins thing, the doubling up on the wide receivers in Cincinnati. But, I mean, if they're both wide receiver ones, what the fuck does it matter if they're on the same fucking team? I just think it caps one of the other, potentially. Love the Eckler pick. How can you go wrong with Eckler? I think he kind of felt comfortable with Cook. I don't know if he got in a position where he felt like he waited too long at running back, and so he took what he thought was the best production piece in there, but could have taken a running back earlier to help lock up something with Cook or with Eckler on his roster. Well, filled in with, some guys who are going to get, looks. Robinson's definitely going to see carries. McKinnon's going to see.
Yeah, he's going to be the running back. He's going to be doing the first and second down running.
Yeah, that'll be the issue he'll have, though, is right there at running back is who comes in under Eckler. But Eckler is always a good foundation when you got a top 5 guy, a guy who has the potential to be RB1 overall.
Cordero could end up getting receptions. McKinnon's going to get some receptions.
You hope Cordero does something this year. I think he is now probably washed.
Like, I think he ends up playing more slot than he does wide or running back.
Well, they already are moving him back to wide receiver, so he's not playing a running back anymore. So he may be gadgeted out like Debo is, but you're right. He's going back out and he's going to play the slot. Yeah. But where are the targets? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've already got London. You've already got Pitts. Now, what is Cordero ever going to, I think 2 years ago when he popped off was the best time you were going to have on him. One thing we did point out in here, though, is he did take a second tight end kind of early, but he paired it with Danny Dimes. Yeah. And Waller's probably the top target there in New York, and that's not a bad stack, I don't think. I kind of like that. He doubled up on a lot here. Look, he's got 2 Cincy players. He's got Debo, Kittle, went young at quarterback. I mean, it's a flip a coin on high upside team. I like it, actually, though. Scoot the Goots.
Scooter.
Took 3 QBs a little bit.
We're early.
Early, but...
See, and I have Carr over Goff.
Oh, really? I got it the other way around.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. I have it the other way around. I think Goff just... The end of the year that he put together was fucking insane last year. And I think he just clicked. And, like, he finally... You can tell when a quarterback takes command of his team. And I felt like last year, slowly but surely, Goff started taking command of that team, and I felt like the coaching staff and management probably felt more comfortable with him and bought into him. And now I feel like Goff is the quarterback in Detroit.
Yeah.
The pick of Hendon Hooker and everybody thinking like, well, he's got the ACL and the contracts lined up with Goff. I don't think the Lions are going to hand over this fucking Ferrari they've built to Hendon Hooker in his second year. I think it's Jared Goff's going to get an extension. He's going to be there for a little bit. He'll get a good Daniel Jones type contract. I think is really good for Goff right there. And that extends him another 4 years with an option at the end for them to bail out. And then Hendon Hooker's there, and you're looking at like a Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love kind of thing. Like you sat on the bench for 4 or 5 years. Now go take over the team if he's still there. But I think Goff's going to be the man in Detroit.
At least for a couple more years.
2, 3, 4 more years, I think. But don't get me wrong. Like I think they're close. It's just tough.
Running backs, though.
It's just tough to tell what's Carr going to end up being able to do in New Orleans.
Well,
I love his running backs.
Chubb,
Mixon, Chubb.
Dillon.
Yeah, buddy, sign it up. Little
IJ with the Hassan Haskins getting arrested.
Yeah, wide receiver.
I think Chuba's a good grab down here. I don't think everything's going to flow through Miles Sanders. I don't think Miles Sanders plays 17 games, so they're going to have some rotation in for Chuba there.
Yeah, I got to question his receivers here though. Diggs, perfect. Kirk, Addison. Yeah, a lot of guys. He's going to need to hope for a really good wide receiver 2 weeks out of these guys with
spray and pray down here at the end. The Sky Moore, Raheem Shaheed, Mechie, like you're hoping those guys have a decent week and they alternate. I do like his tight end grab of Juwan down there, and that's going to be stacked with Carr. Other than that, I don't know.
That's all over.
I don't really like that much. Yeah, not your best one.
I give you one of these because I don't know.
Spacers
starts off with Trevor. I feel like he's done that.
Yeah, he did that our first draft, I think.
Just thinks Trevor's gonna be like the number 1 overall QB or some shit.
He's got it going for Trevor.
I like the Cousins and Hawk stack here, even though I feel like it's gonna be tough to tell outside of JJ Jets where a lot of those other targets are gonna go between KJ, Addison, and Hawkinson. But I mean, he showed to be a really good target for Cousins last year, and that could continue. Like Aaron Jones, I like the running backs he got because Aaron Jones, I feel this year is definitely going to show out. Charbonnet is going to see carries in that offense. Yeah. Gibson's definitely going to be the pass catching back. Algier's going to
see some receptions as well. So should Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
Algier's going to get some touches as well. It's not just going to be Bijan, and then Wilson's going to have his games. Maybe. And Carter could have some receptions as well. It's not going to be, 5, 6 a game or anything phenomenal, but he's going to have a good game or two.
I don't think so. I think Carter. I think Carter's fucking trash. Like the whole bottom part of this draft he had here sucks. And I mean, I get it. It's the last part of the draft, so you're just.
I like Hodgins.
You're just kind of grabbing at it. I mean, I don't know why.
And round 17,
we're out there trying to pick out guys like I like this guy. But it's like we're just placing the reasons for. And I'm not saying I'm saying as a collective community, like we keep looking for reasons to like hype these guys up. And I think that we need to just slow down and be like, dude, maybe there's another route to go. And I'm not saying that like you're saying, Hodgins in the 17th round. I mean, realistically, who the fuck else are you going to be looking at in that area?
Well, in best ball, yes. If it's dynasty, I'm not looking for Hodgins in the 17th. I'd take him in the 24th.
Right, and here's just my pitch to it is I'd rather have a guy like Terrace Marshall instead of Hodgins.
That could be the wide receiver one.
Yeah, I need to highlight him back up again though. Hopkins not even being on a team freaks me the fuck out. Like honestly, again, this is and then Lazard.
And that's his wide receiver too.
Yeah, I think
Lockett.
It feels like he got in here, was drafting, and like the guy he wanted got taken a few picks before him.
Yeah,
and so he was like shit. Shit. I know how that goes, dude. But yeah, his team's kind of all over the fucking place.
Well, and for me personally, like just looking at this, instead of Aaron Jones, I would have picked Dobbins at that spot. Just personal preference.
Yeah.
And then come around the bend and get Mixon. I mean, then you have a phenomenal stack of Dobbins and Mixon. I don't know. I would have just made some different choices, I think. But I like his first 4 rounds are good. Mm-hmm. And then there's other choices that could be.
I'll give him first 5. I mean, I like Aaron Jones. Like you
Yeah.
said, I wouldn't have taken him over Dobbins probably, but I do like Aaron Jones this year. Just that's a tough team to fucking evaluate right there. Good luck, Space Aids.
All right, our buddy Catch. This is an interesting combination of team here. He's got some damn good running backs. And the good thing they're all at the top of the board because there's nothing on the bottom half. Some CMC, Cup, dynamite combo there. Devontae, solid. Brees, solid. Quarterbacks, he is hoping that they are something. I like how he picked up his quarterback handcuff at the last pick.
I really like this team.
I think it's going to do well.
Because he's got solid running backs here, right? So Brees going to be out for a while, but Dobbins will supplant that. So there's his 2 running backs. Cup and Smith, they're wide receiver 1s. Yep. And then he's just playing the odds here with wide receivers on a good week out of one of these guys, and they're all in positions where they could put up good wide receiver 2 numbers, which as your wide receiver 3 is a good fucking thing to have.
I just worry about his flex. Like, that's going to be a rough spot for him each week until Brees comes back.
Well, I mean, he's got DeAndre Swift here. Like, this is honestly one of the better built teams, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's got Brees there, he's got Swift there still, Abanikanda. So he knows Abanikanda is probably going to be the one who's getting most of the carries in New York. So there's flex opportunities there. Like, there's a lot of up and down flex opportunities, and I feel really good about the quarterbacks. And honest opinion,
Schultz should be steady, but he's also stacked with Stroud.
Yeah.
And then Knox and Hurst.
Would have liked to have seen him get a piece of Denver's offense.
Yeah.
To pair with Russ, but it may not just come around, or maybe that's not the way he's wanting to look at it. Maybe he's thinking the only piece
he got Denver Russ, and then Judy got taken.
The only piece or he's thinking the only piece in Denver really to own is Russ. And I wouldn't argue that because I don't want to try to figure out which wide receiver is going to be the pop-off guy. I like this team, actually. Good draft catch.
Captain Round.
Picking at the 12 comes up with one of the better teams this draft. We'll start with quarterbacks. Stafford, Pickett, Garoppolo. I like that, especially with how
they're just going to be solid. They're not going to be anything super explosive. No super big plays.
They're going to end up quarterback 1s, but Stafford probably has potential to end up as a QB1.
Yeah.
Pickett as a QB2.
Well, that's his first quarterback, so that's what you want.
And Garoppolo as a fill-in. So I think he saved this. You got to think G's going to play at some point. I just don't know at what capacity, right? But it's just his third quarterback. Solid.
He's not going to be phenomenal.
Start of the draft was good, though. I think the start of the draft is good. I'm not privy on
picks. Yeah,
I'm not privy on Gibbs like everybody else is. But that's a good pick in a best ball draft because he could have his weeks.
Would you rather have Brees than Gibbs, though? That's where I think that.
No,
for me,
I wouldn't have gone either one of these guys.
I mean, you also had that run that came later of Pollard, Stevenson, Harris, DK.
Yeah, I would have rather gone down.
I think DK would have been a much better pick on that turn.
I would have rather gone down later and picked wide receiver or something here, and then just like where you got Madison and shit like this at, there were still other players on the board at running back that he could have taken.
Yeah. So instead of Gibbs, takes DK, and then instead of Judy, takes Dobbins. Like those would have made more sense to me, but people are high on Gibbs. They think he's going to be the shit.
Yeah, we'll see how that pans out. Tyreek Hill, Jerry Jeudy, Quentin Johnson, Cooks.
Myers.
Like Hill, you got to like Hill because he's a top 5 wide receiver. Jeudy freaks me the fuck out because you don't know where he's going to end up at, but I would probably start to agree with people that he may end up being the main target for Russell Wilson. But with all the competition there,
wide receiver too, but
with all the competition there at wide receiver, maybe being the number 1 target for Russ doesn't fucking matter. And then Flyers at wide receiver 3, the Zeke pick at the end. I mean, honestly, a lot of good Flyers out here. Wilson, Marshall at the bottom at wide receiver, Myers. So overall, good draft, Ron. I mean, at the 12th spot, you got one of the better teams in the league. Chill out.
Yeah, and Kelsey backed up by Everett. I'm good with that. I would be smitten. I'd go out on that.
I wouldn't be mad. All right. Well, I got to go check my grill.
Awesome.
Everybody have a happy 4th. Safe 4th. We got another one of these coming up. It might not be next week. I think we're going to kind of drag these out. We got till August now to finish them. So we pumped out the first 3. Now we're probably going to wait We'll maybe try to get one done again in July here, but I have no issue just kind of carrying this out. I would like to see the difference in drafts between the first 3 we did in basically June versus waiting another month and a half and we get into preseason, start seeing some things and see how those drafts go then. But we will keep knocking these bad boys out. Tank, got anything to add on to this bad boy?
Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe.
Well, yeah, buddy. Fucking better make sure you're doing that. Yeah, keep up with us. Keep checking back in. I know we're not putting out a ton of content right now, but what we are putting out is fucking fire. At least we think so. So if it's not, don't throw water on us. Have a good, happy 4th. Like I told everybody, America, fuck yeah. Be like water, my friends. Peace out.